Our TVC News defense correspondent Sifon Esien joins me on the news for more update. Sifon, tell us more. We understand that there was a briefing today. Give us an update from that briefing.
The defense headquarters coming 24 hours after they had met with the President and Commander-in-Chief, who further put them on their toes. Now, they pledged their unalloyed, in their words, support for the government and their commitments to protecting the democracy from any form of setback, as we have seen play out in the protests, riotous demonstrations in parts of the country at the moment. But one interesting thing the Chief of Defense Staff has said is making reference to intelligence that had been gotten by security agencies prior to the breakout of protests, that the protests, demonstrations as we've seen them, would degenerate into violence. And we've seen that play out in several other states. And in the stories you took before now, we've also, seen people brandishing foreign flags and calling for a regime change, which the Chief of Defense Staff has said has to be constitutional. This was reaffirmed by the Inspector General of Police, who says any call for a regime change has to go through a constitutional process, and anything other than that would be viewed as treasonable felony. So the security chiefs, have expressed their commitments to redouble efforts to ensure they protect life and property, even at these trying times.
And we understand now that the DIGs for the Northwest and Northeast have been asked to take charge of operations. Do we know what that will mean in terms of the security arrangement and architecture for those zones?
What that will likely mean is one of two things. It's either they control it they take charge from the force headquarters, which is unlikely, but they would have to move to those geopolitical zones, work closely with the AIGs to ensure that the mandates given to them by the Inspector General of Police, in this case to ensure that no subversion of the Nigerian state is allowed to continue under any guise.
Interesting. Thank you so much for that update. Defense correspondent Sifon Esien joining us live from the nation's capital.